When you look at these guys, and we've heard about them all along. You've heard the name. Is there one that seems to fit that zone running style a little bit better than the others, or is there one that doesn't really fit that scheme as much as the others? Do you think?
I, I'm not sure if there's one that doesn't necessarily fit. I think you can probably slide all of them in. I think the interesting thing here is how the Browns feel about some of these guys who played right tackle all through college. So now you've got to move them over to left tackle. Andrew Thomas is a guy that has played left tackle. Tristan Wirfs, some of these other guys, they've been over on that right side, and there is a little bit of an adjustment there. And I think Browns fans need to kind of keep in mind that moving into this new scheme, maybe moving to that left side, it might take a little time. Everyone's been a little spoiled because Joe Thomas stepped on the field game 1 in 2007 and didn't leave the field for 10,000 plus snaps. I don't know if the guy you're going to draft at number 10 or wherever you pick is going to be able to just slide in and adjust to that scheme and adjust to that side uh, as easily as Joe Thomas was able to step in at left tackle and play for 11 years. But I don't think there's going to be an issue with any of these guys eventually becoming that long term answer at left tackle.
And it's kind of interesting that there are so many of them, and really, it seems like each of them, which teams like them, is just based on do you like chocolate ice cream? Do you like vanilla ice cream? There isn't a huge separation. It's more about the qualities that you're looking for in any given tackle.
And that's what helps the Browns because even though the Giants we saw in all those mocks possibly taking a tackle to try and protect Daniel Jones. Okay, so maybe the Giants take a guy, maybe the Panthers take a guy, or two or three of these guys even come off the board before you get to 10. There's still a lot of talent at that position. This is such a deep tackle draft, and they're going to have opportunities to, if they don't necessarily get their number one guy, I think their number two guy, their number three guy, they're all going to be legitimate, real options at number 10 to fix that left tackle problem.
When you look deeper in the draft, is there anybody that kind of you're kind of yeah, Browns fans, you really need to keep your ear out for this guy because he might be somebody that the Browns are looking for later in the draft, second round, third round, fourth round.
I, I just think it's a matter of what they do at 10, right? If they take Isaiah Simmons, then you've got to start looking at, a name I mentioned earlier, a guy like an Ezra Cleveland, who is so good at the combine and tested so well. Can the Browns resist drafting a guy with Cleveland as his last name and the fans, all these fans that bought the generic jerseys and just threw Cleveland on the back because you can never find a name to put on there that's going to stick around. They're all the winners in that scenario. So I would just keep an eye on some of those second tier left tackles just in case a guy like Isaiah Simmons falls and the Browns want to either pick him or auction off that pick. I just think that's where the real intrigue is some of those guys down the board at left tackle if the Browns really like one of those guys even better than maybe some of the top names.